sometimes I hear some people, you just have to work harder. That's not true. That's not true. If you have a paradigm against your finances working against you in your life, you can work so hard like a hamster in a cage, and you're going to get always the same result.
And I worked hard. I didn't want to I would look at people go to work in the morning and say, I don't want to be like that. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, even though I didn't really know it at that time.
Welcome to the Wilkie Show, the power of two. And today we're going to talk about lack of money is a generational cycle. Oh yeah. And Alan, this is so important to understand because people, they're stuck in the same cycle. They try to make money. And here in this show is you can have it all. And finances is included in this. You can have it all.
Yeah, the whole pie. So we discovered after, doing for 15, 20 years, coaching people. Some were stuck from the very beginning, just a side hustle to 6 figures, set figures, and they have goals. And finally, there's a lot of challenges popping up, and they wonder why they can't go through that breaking point. And for us, we have discovered that it's a generational thing. It's cycles. It's been going on from grandma, your mom, to you. And there's a level that you're stuck there, and it's in your DNA. And we have the keys to get you out of there.
Yes, the first point is to realize this paradigm, this cycle come from generation.
Yeah.
When we coach people, some they have no problem at all with money. They make money. They have no problem in this area in their life. They have some paradigms in other area in their life, but not with money. Why? Because they come from a family generation making money, no problem in this area. And they grew up in this kind of mindset, education, environment. It's easy. But when you come from a family, they have always problem with money, debt, lack, this kind of trauma from childhood try to stay in your life. And you try to do every kind of businesses, M&M, of training online, try to, apply the principle, but you never see, the flow of money coming. And this is a paradigm we have really to identify in our life.
Absolutely. There's places in your life, there's areas, I should say, in your life, which you attract easily, that relationship. And that area is very easy, but some other areas, we were brought up in a certain mindset, family, thinking, reacting. The 5 senses, we got 5 senses, and those senses are reacting to everything we do in a day. And then when you start connecting that with money, it opens up the door to a lot of challenges.
Yeah, exactly. Paradigm will never die by himself.
Yeah.
You need to identify this paradigm because if you don't, you're going to always condemn yourself, criticize yourself, discourage. You're going to just quit because you think you are the problem instead of understanding something is working behind the scene and try to repeat the same cycle and pattern in your life, the same result. You work so hard. And sometimes I hear some people, you just have to work harder. That's not true. That's not true. If you have a paradigm against your finances working against you in your life, you can work so hard. You're like a hamster in a cage, and you're gonna get always the same result. Then you need to first step to identify this paradigm, stop to accuse yourself and confront this paradigm. Then you're gonna destroy this kind of cycle. But if you don't identify and you accuse yourself, you're gonna always be stuck at the same place.
You'll never get it fixed because the problem with that is that cycle's been there for generations, transferring the DNA, the mindset. And from 0 to 7 years old, science proves that whatever is recorded there will keep on going for the rest of your life unless you change your DNA. That means there's a lot of stuff going on, changing environment, changing the people you talk to, the way you do things, you eat, you sleep, because when you come into a situation with finances, which is the hardest thing to conquer, is a financial level.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they've been stuck for 5, 6, 7 years in, let's say, $200K a year or so on. And they're doing all kinds of stuff, taking courses. A lot of women out there are taking courses, going to the next course, the next conference, and they're still stuck around the same place. Now, what they do not know is the root cause of that cycle.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot confront and conquer what you don't identify.
Mm-hmm.
Then, we are being spirit, and money is spiritual.
That's right.
And especially with women right now watching this show, I have to tell you something very important. And we find out that from the paradigm from generation, culturally, in generation, religion, all the mindset, traditional value, and all of that, we disqualified almost women to want to make money, and to fulfill themselves and to be independent and to just do their money. And this is why a lot of women, they're not lazy, they work hard, they want to succeed, they want to fulfill themselves, but they have this kind of spiritual resistance that try to keep them stuck at the same place, and they don't reap what they sow, they don't get what they're supposed to have. Then this paradigm, especially against women, that try to keep the woman at a certain level financially instead to just, go higher to reach the potential they have.
There's a lot of blockages in the mindset, like you were saying, culturally, the resistance with the spouse, the environment, the religion, the church, whatever. But when you decide as a woman, this is where I want to go, to take back their lives, their power, I should say, because for generation, women have just been giving their powers to all kinds of mindsets. And they lost their power. They get married and they'll say, okay, I'll send my husband to make the money. He's the provider. And I'll bring up the kids, and at some point I'll come back in my career. That's the worst decision you can take. Now what you're doing is you're letting your power just go. But there's women out there, more and more we're seeing, there's billionaires, there's all kinds of women, CEOs of all kinds of companies. They're taking back their power. You can be a good wife, a good mom, and a good businesswoman.
Like a man.
It's the same thing.
This is the same thing.
It's the same keys. It's the same laws.
You don't quit your job, your business because you have kids or married. Then this is the mindset. And this is the second point right now. Why lack of money is a generational cycle is also the paradigm whole is built on a belief system. This is exactly what you're sharing right now.
Absolutely,
It's built on a belief system. And if you don't change the way you think, the way you believe things, you're going to just repeat the same thing because we become what we think. Then if our belief system is not changed and you don't work on it, you're just going to recreate the same thing. And our identity, the value of ourselves, our identity is based on what we believe. And a lot of women, they just limit themselves because according to the gender, money is spiritual. It doesn't make a difference between
money
men and women.
Is
relationship, is network. This is really, and what you have to provide for a lot of the man, you have gift, you can fix problem, you're there, then the value you provide will bring back money.
That's right.
But if we just think like we have to give and not pay back in return, we limit ourselves, and so many women, they don't understand the value of what they provide and to be paid at the level of their value.
We know women, businesswomen that have 5 children. They brought them up. They're multimillionaires. They're good wives, looking very good, training in the gym. So as you say, it's a mindset. It's your values. It gets all messed up. Because if you let your power go in a certain area as a woman, well, you just lost it. And there's a lot of women out there that want to get their power back. The power that their mom, their grandma, the aunts, and down the line in their families, that they just, with mentalities, environments, they just let go there. Okay, I'll let that go. I'll let the other piece go. And then they end up, they're miserable. They're very miserable.
This is, again, linked to the belief system.
Correct.
The way we grew up, the way we were educated, the way we receive, the example, the model of generation of our culture. And this is important for women to take back control of their life and to change their mindset, not according to the Greek or Roman system, but according to the empire system. To be a queen, to want to build a kingdom, to want to be there and to build a legacy, to want to sow something in this generation. And the worst thing to do when, you're a woman, you're single, you have to increase your belief system according to your value, what you can provide, what kind of offer you give to the people and change and impact you bring. And for a married woman or in a relationship, it's the worst things to give up something for the dream. It's the worst thing to give up the dream to just have a great relationship. Because one day you're going to regret. And we live our life by no regret. I'm not supposed to be your dream killer or my dream killer. We're supposed to help each other, to encourage your dream, and to be able to develop this dream and to make money with what we have to offer, to support each other, not stopping the other one to fulfill her dream.
We got to get out of the princess, cycle and become a queen. Because as your princess, you're not a queen. You're not building. You're demanding.
You don't own the kingdom.
We got to get out of that trap, because a woman wants to be successful. Got to walk into the queen, sector environment. Now she starts controlling. She starts building. She starts having control of her life, of what's going on. Not just waiting as a princess that the king or the future king will come in and fix everything up. Now, that's a mentality, and it's not good for women who want to succeed. You can have it all.
Yeah.
You can get out of this symptom. It's a symptom, right? A princess symptom. Never satisfied, more, because she's not fulfilling herself. So she's just asking and not being fulfilled. Once you get into that, walk into that queen mentality, but I'm looking for the real word for that, to the position
of authority.
Of a queen. Then all of a sudden the children is back in place. The husband is happy because his queen he can leave for 3 months, come back. The whole kingdom will still be there. The kids will be there. The money will be there. Everything will be there.
Yeah, and I think it's all according to the mindset, because when I found you and you found me, we were in the same page, and we are in the same, didn't have any problem. You were secure like a man to have a woman that she was already in business and already managing hundreds of volunteers and employees. And you didn't have a problem at all with my leadership and the fact I was making money, and we want to build together something, and both putting together our strength and our skills and all of that. Then I think for women, they want to build their income higher. They have, if they're single, to be aware to choose their partner in the future that's going to be in the same page and not killing their dream. And if they're in couple and they have resistance from their spouse, I really have to say that keep going, keep to do what you have to do. Be full of love, wise, don't be tough and hard, but keep your dream, because we have only one life to live. And I don't want to be on my bed of, my last day and regret I didn't do this, I should do that. And I just want to, every day I wake up, it's an opportunity, 24 hours to build the life of my dream. And to just keep the focus and not be a princess, be victim, waiting after other people. They're going to just be there and build our life. We have to take charge of our life, and it's part of the belief system. We have to work on it and change the mindset from generation, the culture, and to the right mindset.
As we said in other podcasts, my mom, I was brought up in a very violent family, a weird family, but my mom, as she never protected me, and her worst thing, the biggest regret in her life was before she died, she told me that she regretted not doing something, taking control of her life and protecting me.
Be a queen.
To be a queen.
Stay a princess,
Correct.
Waiting after your dad to change.
Correct. And instead of her taking up, the situation, fixing the situation, having a good influence, taking control back of the family, putting everything back together, speaking, dealing with him, making sure that everything would be okay, negotiate with him the right way, and she would have put back the family. So that's why I do what I do today to women. I even paid her rent for years in the last days of her life. I paid for her, and I was looking at my mom, and she was nice, but no strength to protect. And that was her greatest regret. So women out there.
And you missed that. This is why when you met me, you find out that this kind of woman was possible, and you love it.
I was getting discouraged though at one point there before I met you. I was saying, man, I was looking and says, there has to be this woman down the line that I'm going to sit down with, and she's going to be strong, because if she's strong, she has her life in control.
Yeah.
Well, it becomes my partner, and then my life becomes much more solid.
I think you realized you didn't want to repeat the same paradigm from generation with your wife like your parents had. You didn't want to have a wife, a spouse, a partner that's going to react like your mom reacted because you didn't like it. And this is why you were ready unconsciously, maybe at this moment. Today we know we coach people about the paradigm and the way we think, but unconsciously you want to find somebody who's going to be different than what your mom has done. And this is bring me to the other point of the epigenetic, because the science now proved that your belief system, because paradigm are built on belief system, and belief system come from where? From the generation. Now the epigenetic science proved that the memory of generation is in the blood. Then if the memory of generation is in the blood, the fear, the anxiety, the trauma from generation you never experienced, but you have this memory in your blood. And a lot of women, they have this bad memory of generation, that women are less, women are second, women are afraid to depend, on their own resource or financially. This kind of unconscious, in our subconscious mindset, belief system come from generation. And if we identify that, it's bring us to the other point now, that the voice is in the blood. And this voice speak in our blood. And we have to realize this voice is not in line with what I want. You can have it all. But if you have some voices that come against your dream, you have to identify these voices and don't listen this voice.
There's many examples out there, real life examples that people had surgeries. They and somebody who died had given the body part to that person, and they realized that they were eating like that person, having the same feelings.
Exactly.
Feelings. Now, we know that feelings create
desires.
Yeah, desires. So our five senses are connected to that DNA. Everything we do, the smell, what we see, the way people talk, what we touch, and that's how addiction can stay in somebody's life for a long, long time, because of those five senses, the DNA. So we see that everything is in the blood. Now, can we change that? Absolutely. If you have a lack in your money, your finances, or you've got this breaking point, financial breaking point, and you just got to break just past that level. Well, it's generational. That's why we work with clients, a lot of women, they can even have any driver's license, or their mom didn't have a driver's license, and we got them a driver's license, and we bought them the car.
Yeah. We gave a gift. You succeeded. This is your car.
We reverse that cycle.
Yeah. This is why we teach in our coaching the Vita formula, because this Vita formula that we build together, it's so important because this formula work about the belief system, work about how to identify what do you really want, to have clarity, and how to deal with these voices and feelings that try to keep you, in the same pattern. We were talking about, I realized that my grandmother, she really had to fight for her kids, because my grandfather was alcoholic and not working for months, dysfunctional, and at the point that there were no place to live. And she had to go and find a place and offer her services to clean the building, and then she can stay there because she was not working. Then she started to work this way and have a place for her family because the other one was not functional. But I realized from generation, she just has done this level and she stayed there, just surviving financially. But the same gift, the same potential, the same creativity, the same drive she can use to on a higher level.
That's right.
But because of the paradigm belief system, the epigenetic voices, and everything she was talking, she stayed at the same level. And this is why a lot of women right now watching this show, I really encourage, don't stay just to the survival mode. You have much more potential to go higher, but you need to change this belief system and this to confront these voices that affect the fifth point, your feelings, And a lot of women, and I'm going to just finish this point, a lot of women, they're stuck with feelings, toxic, I'm going to call that the toxic feelings, discouraged, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve it, who am I to do it, it's just my imagination, it's not for me. I try to push her down. And you need to realize these voices, it's not your voice. It's come from the memory in the blood, what we have said generation after generation over the woman. And you need to realize this is not the truth. And you need to be set free from this lie repeated in the blood from generation.
Yeah. So there's a lot of women out there that are billionaires. Now, they inherited the family fortune, right? But they were brought up in this environment, so they knew how to manage the companies. That they knew the CEO, everybody, the managers of all the businesses down there. And for those families, like Walmart or all these big companies, the women are managing.
Yeah.
And they don't think, well, I'm a woman, I can't do it. They were brought up in that environment, so that means their DNA. Because they were brought up in that environment, their mindset, they're used to finding strategies and concept to a higher level. And that's what we teach every single month. For those who want to know about our events, you're a woman out there and you want to find out what are our events every single month. We train women to think to a higher level, strategies, concepts, how they can have it all, how they can take control. I'll take it back, the control of their lives, because these women are billionaires. They were used to and brought up and taught to fix big problems. It's the same skills and gifting they had inside, but their mindset are higher. And that's where at one point, you're in six figures. You're hustling in network marketing. You're trying to start an online business, or you're just in your family, and you just want to take control of that family, stumbling down. He's working all the time. The kids are going astray. And you found yourself in a certain point that you talk with your girlfriends and you say, hey, I'm losing my life. I can't continue living this way. I got to take control of my life. Well, all these types of women, from down to up, they need to take control of their lives. We give every single month
a free challenge. Workshop.
So these women can come in and get that experience that we put in those moments. And just leave a comment if you're interested down there, and we'll get in touch with you.
I just want to bring back what you were talking about, where we come from. We were talking about the family, and in the beginning of the show, we said some people, they have, some area in their life, they're strong. In some other area, they're not, right. Because what we received from the generation and the environment, the education, the culture, all of that. Now, what is important to realize, like you said, a lot of women, they grew up in an environment, didn't make a distinction between the gender.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up in a prosper family, and the parents taught them how to take
Mm-hmm.
decision, how to manage money,
Mm.
the relationship with money,
Yeah, that's
how
important. That's
how
very
they
important.
see money.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people they grew up money is evil. Money is not evil. It's an instrument of change.
Right.
Love of money is bad.
Mm-hmm.
This is why what is the relationship you have with money? And this is a lot what we received from our family and culture. Some women, they grew up in a family that they were okay. They make money, they were trained, and they can make money. Some other, they really quickly realized growing up, they didn't want to accept the discrimination by gender about money. And I remember a lot of story that some women say, hey, it's not because I'm a woman you're gonna pay me less. I provide the same value, I provide the same work. And it's like something was rising up in them and say, no, it's over. I'm going to stop this pattern, this paradigm. But we need to be conscious of that. You cannot conquer what you don't identify. This is very important. And this is why money is not about the gender. It's about how did you grow up with a relationship with money, where you come from, your family. And this part will affect a lot where you are today, and you can't change that for tomorrow.
Absolutely. It's not about gender or even age.
No.
We see kids, very young doing business, and they want to hustle. I mean, and you see other people that are 50 years old, they're doing nothing. They're just lazy. They're just living on excuses. So gender, age, color has nothing to do with it. It's all about the relationship. It's about cycles. What were you brought in when you landed on this earth with your family, your dad, your mom? How did they think? How did they see things? How they confronted those challenges? We're talking finances. The woman's just good. Go find this type of job. Even in certain families, because I know it's like that. The girl can only find a certain amount of. They've got this range of jobs they can take. You should do this, but the guy, well, you can do that. So this is totally discrimination. That's destroying the power of what we were created for.
Yeah.
There is no limit.
No limit.
Woman or man, what is your dream? What do you want today? In 2024, I'm finishing with this. How do you want to finish this year? By December 2024.
This is very important. Clarity. What do you want to reach? Why do you want to reach? Why do you want to have in your life? This is very important. The problem is a lot of women, they are stuck to just compromise because of what they receive from the culture and the education. And this is bring us to the other point, the environment. If you stay in the same environment and repeat the same information and same pattern, again, it's going to feed your belief system, keep the paradigm, and you're stuck there. You change the environment, you change the people you hang out with, you change, and that's going to affect positively or negatively, depend. Your belief system, your feeling, what you think, what you see, and the environment is so important. You don't stay in an environment that's going to push you down, not celebrate you, just tolerate you. You go where you receive honor, celebrated, and this is going to increase the capacity of your potential. Just want to share a quick story from my childhood. I grew up in an environment that just have a job and pay your bill, right? Then you're in high school and they're going to tell you what do you want to do? And I was younger than that. I had maybe 5 or 6 years old. And they asked me, what do you want to do in life? I say, what is the job? To help people. I already knew inside of me, I want to help people to fix their problem, to just be there to support and help. And they told me, but you can go social worker, psychologist, therapist. This is what I'm going to do. And this is exactly, I went to school and studied, became a social worker. And after that, studied psychology and worked for years with abused women. I was a helper. But for me, money and what I was doing was two wheels. I have a salary, I have a job, but that's it. And I realized my potential is so much higher than what I'm paid for. I change people's life. What is the value of that? And I grew up in an environment that fed my belief system that money was evil.
And especially the level of the money as a woman you could make.
Yeah, exactly. And don't think about money. It's evil. Don't think about wanted to make money. I have a good job. That's fine. Help people. And just, do your little life.
Pay up your house.
And I realized it was never enough. The job was good, but never enough to fulfill all my clothes and all my stuff and helping more people.
You had to walk in right now full of shoes.
But more than that, because I want to be a helper, I realized one day if I want to really help people, I need to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because I can give more, I can help more. With the money I make, I can give more to people in need or help more, impact more people around me that I love.
And create jobs and all the good things that comes with that.
Yeah.
And you're fulfilling yourself as a woman.
The environment very fed my belief system and kept me for years. At the same place doing my job and not realizing my value, what I was worthy and deserved to make. And to change this perception, to change because what you believe, this is what you're going to reach.
Yeah. I was brought up on a farm in the country, and then I just wanted to do music. By 17 years old, I was there pretty much full-time doing music in my 20s too. And I was on tour, and I worked hard. I didn't want to I would look at people go to work in the morning and say, I don't want to be like that. I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't really know it at that time, I had a goal, I had a vision, I had a lifestyle that I wanted.
I never realized that for years, right?
No, I didn't know I was an entrepreneur. I was looking for that lifestyle, and I didn't want to work a 9-to-5 job. So people would come up to me and say, why, like kind of,
get a good job.
You're rebellion. You're rebelling against the system. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was a musician. And I was an artist, and at the same time, I was managing the whole
because you have this entrepreneur blood inside of you, but you never realized.
I was stronger than me. That I was managing, paying the musicians, the tour, everything I was taking care of, calling the agents. So then I realized I was just more than just an artist. So, but there's women out there. Why I'm saying that, like you, when I met you, you were sleeping in your office often, and you were managing. You had your condo. You were successful. You built a strong business.
Exactly.
You were strong in relationships.
But non-profit organization at this time. See, I have to switch my mindset.
Because you were doing everything you could, connecting with relationships.
Business.
To bring in the money for that,
exactly.
for that organization, right? And you worked all the time.
Because I'm a builder.
Correct.
But I never realized that for years.
You were a builder, and you didn't realize that, and you were an entrepreneur. No, you would see yourself just as, I want to help people.
And I was studying psychology, and the weekend I built my own, business. The weekend to pay my fee for studying, and I was giving piano lesson, my school music. I built this business. Never realized I was a businesswoman, but I build businesses just to survive, to pay my bill, And I built after that, when I finished my degree, I built this resource for abused women, nonprofit organization, doing all the job, managing all the staff, doing all the business, but never realized. To the day I realized a shift came. I said, everything I'm doing, you need to shift my belief system that my value, I need to consider my value. And a lot of women watching this show right now, I think it's a wake-up call to realize, I have much more value than what I'm paid for, and I need to change my mindset, my belief system, my feeling, all these voices, the environment that tried to push me down, to just create the life I dream for.
You see, money's relationships, and you pull or you don't. and it's all about marketing to get yourself out there and to understand the cycles. The lack is generational. And if you know who you are, that's what we coach people to reverse these cycles and to find out their real destiny, their real them, because then they can market it. Because money will come in for two things. It's got to be something that you always pull, like you. When I met you, women were just wanted to talk to you, wanted to be coached by you. We get phone calls all the time, and you have to refuse women because everybody wants to be coached by you. They want to come and talk to you. So you pulled, that's naturally, since I've knew you, that relationship with your clientele. So when we market it, I mean, we have to say no to a lot of people because that's when we started doing, groups and masterminds, because you were overwhelmed because you're pulling. But without that, you cannot market. You have to pull somewhere, and you have to come out of generational cycles to know who you really are, where you really pull, and then we can market that.
Yeah, because
then you can market.
This is very important because in our coaching, we offer the synergy of all what is spiritual in your belief system and how the paradigms and the other part, we develop your leadership, the all the business side, all how can you manage your life, structure your life, have the right system. Because a lot of women I'm coaching, we can go to A, B, C, D, and a lot of online schools, courses, and they're going to teach you how mechanically do stuff. But you have a paradigm working against you.
That's right.
You have voices working against you.
All these
you
feelings.
have a belief system that affected your identity. Yeah. And it's like a thermostat. Thermostat will always bring back the same temperature in the place.
Yeah.
Then if your thermostat is fixed at this level, and I call your belief system, your identity, the paradigm in your life, you're fixed there. What's going to happen if you don't change the level of the thermostat? Open the windows, close the window, do what you want to do. The temperature is going to come back always where the thermostat is fixed. If we don't change that, your identity, your belief system, you will recreate the same temperature.
That's why people
the same result.
They're buying courses and they're spending a lot of money wanting to get out of there. But if you don't understand the cycle,
correct,
your money's just going to go to waste. There's a lot of structures got to be put in to take back your strength, because you've been letting that strength since I don't know how many years just go.
Exactly.
You got to take back that power that you had let go and build back stronger than ever.
And this is why it's bringing us to the 7 points, how to stop lack financially in your life is, personal development, coaching. Because if you do that, you don't invest in yourself. You're the best asset. If woman, it's easy for them, most of the women I know, to invest in everybody, their kids, people around, their husband, whatever, church, community, they give. When it's time to invest in themselves, oh my. Again,
that feels weird, that they don't feel good about it. They feel guilty about it.
Exactly. And it's bring back to the same thing, belief system, voices, value.
Thermostat.
They'll
come back to that.
But if you don't do that, you need personal development that bring change in your life for sure. Your level of your soul, it's the level of the result in your life. Yeah. You don't sow in yourself, invest in yourself. You're the best asset. Nobody can steal that from you. Mm-hmm. What you learn, what you grow, will grow your life. Leadership, businesses or result in our life is the extension of who we are, right? Mm-hmm. Then this is why people, they can have the ability, the skill set, but if they don't have the right mindset and in their subconscious to believe some lie about themselves, the thermostat will just continue. The development You know, personal development, it's so important to bring the change we desire.
You know, while you were talking, I was thinking about, I think the name of the film was Blind Side. You know, this businesswoman.
Remember this?
I know I didn't turn out
lady.
too good with between them after the real story, but let's go just with the film,
The
right?
movie,
The film, not maybe
The
the
idea
real
of the
story.
movie, yeah.
The idea of the movie is this businesswoman, you know, she comes in and she has strength and she's using her leadership in her family
Yeah.
to shift the family, to
Yeah.
make sure the family was protected, this boy in sports, to make sure he's not abused or he's not taking advantage, and to have the best of the best, to even push him to coach that kid to be the best and to put everything around him. And her husband was you know,
Okay.
because that
You
type
love
of
it.
woman is not a princess. She's a queen. She's coming in.
She takes charge of the kingdom.
She's a lion. She'll take care of her family.
I love when you say lion.
Yeah, she's a lion. She protects her family.
We say in English
she's,
lioness? Lioness?
yeah, she's you know, smiling, but she's mean. She can get really mean and come at you because she is a protector. So the thing is of, you know, the man's a protector, whatever. No. We are partners in a team, and a queen will do what the king is doing, maybe with different skills, but she's protecting the family. And I like the idea of that film, that maybe not the real story that happened after with all that behind the scene. But once again, a woman can be good leader.
But you
A
said
good leader.
something, it's funny because just before this
good leader.
podcast,
Yeah, she can be a good leader in her family, in her life, influence the good way with her husband, with her family.
it's good what you say because it's bringing back just before this podcast. I was doing a coaching, a mastermind, a group of lady, and I said to her, you know, you have all this drive to be a lioness for your family, for your kids. Where is this drive for your life? Where is this drive to build the life for yourself that you desire?
Yeah.
You can rise up and just, you know, for your kids, don't touch my kids, don't touch my husband, don't touch my family. You're very protective. And if somebody is in trouble, you're going to just, in your family, you're going to jump and be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women, they don't have this problem. But when it's about themselves and to build their life and to be there for them and push for themselves, they feel guilty. They feel like they're not worthy. You're the first one. You can do for others, you can do for yourself. And this thing has to change because I believe for real men, very secure, they love to see their wife taking their position like a queen, not like a princess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because for a man, you know, a woman always asking, never being satisfied. You know, that'll go for a while, but after a while, you know, we lose interest.
Mm-hmm.
We lose literally interest, and the kids are looking at that and say, okay, my mom is weak, you know. And so for the girls coming up behind that woman, her mom is weak. She'll, you know, she's getting taught to be that princess, her too. And she'll repeat the same thing, and she'll be miserable. So for a man, it's really not interesting. What I think a real man, maybe there's not everybody wants that. Maybe there's a lot of men out there who just want to dominate, and they feel better, they feel good when they dominate.
They
But
have
for-
to feel higher than.
Yeah, well, that's a syndrome. That's another syndrome that we could talk about, but let's stick with the women, you know. Women who are strong in their leadership, even if there's a lot of women out there, they're not even working on a workplace, but they want to build their leadership because they want to be strong in the family. They want to take care of that family. They want to have a good influence, and they're miserable. So they need to find out who they are.
Was easy for you all the time to be with me, a woman that sometimes has leadership?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I can answer to that is I've been with other women before. There were
Really?
princes before, and my life was miserable with them. They never satisfied. So when I came in with you as a partner, there's moments that is tough because I'm dealing with somebody, a leader, that's tough. But if you give me
The choice.
the choice, princess never satisfied, ask, and you give,
Depend.
and she's accusing you of everything. You're never strong enough. As a man, you're never doing enough. You're not making enough money, and da 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 da. Or a woman
or you
that
make money or not there enough,
yeah,
present enough.
or a woman that sometimes we have fights. They don't last long because we're not in agreement. I'd rather take that any day, and be able to with a partner sit down at a table, fix the problem, and go on.
Did I challenge you to go higher for yourself?
All the time. Still do. Because as you go higher,
because I see a potential in you, then I want to push it too.
Yeah. That's a partner. A jealous princess will never get. She's just going to her friends and gossiping on you behind your back. She's not pushing you and putting stuff on the table. Say, baby, you got to change this.
The syndrome of waiting that all people around will make her happy or satisfy her needs, or I realize a queen will build the life she wants and create her own happiness, not waiting after her spouse or other people to make her happy. Because when you put expectation and expectation is not met, then you are frustrated, disappointed. And you can be in this yo-yo game all the time. Then when you decide you wake up every morning and act and believe and create your life like a queen, you create your joy, you create your kingdom, you create in your own space that your family, your kids, your spouse, will be happy to be around you because you fulfill yourself. For
That's
me,
right.
Real success is not the level of money. Real success is fulfilling your assignment, what you're created for, impacting the way you're supposed, at the level you're supposed, and then you will have the fruit, the result of that.
Exactly. It is important for any woman out there to sit down and say, okay, I want to build that leadership to another level. Because once I'm just going to go back to certain clients we had. There's women we took on board and we say, okay, they had a lot of resistance with their spouse and family because they started hustling in network marketing and this and that, lawyers. And we had lawyers come to us, women lawyers, and their husbands were mocking them. They really says, okay, do you want to stay married? Yes. Okay. So let's do this. All right. We're going to build you up till he started taking notice of her success. He had everything he had before, but now we were putting strategies and concept together with that woman that he didn't feel the impact, but at one point he started to see to notice the success, the money coming in. And then all of a sudden, and they were better. She was even treating him better. And then he saw the success popping up, and then respect came. So we brought several women up to that level. A lot of women,
this is what I'm doing because I said, stop to put, pressure over your husband, your spouse. Start to focus, change you. Focus on your assignment, what you have to do, your dream, what you have to build. Fulfill yourself. Focus on the vision you have. Stop to be frustrated. Focus. Where you focus, the flow goes, It's going to increase. If you focus there, this is where you're going to go, and it's going to increase. Focus of what you have to do, what you have to build, develop your leadership, do what you have to do. And after that, almost always, after a time, she succeeds, the guy start to change. Instead of trying to change a guy to adjust what you want to do, do what you have to do, and thing will change. Because if you change, thing will change. And this is my 8th point and last one right now for today. You need a plan of action. You need a system because you can identify paradigm, your belief system, your thermostat, the voices, all this environment around you, all what is going on, the feelings. But if you don't have a plan of action, the right system to help you to put the structure you need to bring the change, you're going to stay there like almost forever.
Mm-hmm. It's all about strategies, concepts, and that's why you need somebody that's, first of all, it's generational. It's cycles.
Always.
It's not everything that's bad in generations, but if you want to succeed, you'll realize that if you're aggressive when it's time to work and you have all these feelings, these fake feelings, well, maybe there's something behind the scene working in your DNA. That's the voices, the feelings that you got to change. And you're going to have to, you're in the gym. You have to work and hustle on that. And then as you do it, you change your DNA, then it gets easier and easier and easier. It's like being in a gym. The way you eat, the way there's strategies and concept. You cannot succeed to another level without the good knowledge. You know, the people perish lack of knowledge. That's it.
Exactly.
The more you have that knowledge, you understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You have the right strategies, the right concept, and the right people that's teaching you. Because a lot of people today are buying courses and then going and teach that stuff.
They don't have the fruits.
That's right. They don't have the fruit.
So much.
You started very young, went to school for that, became a social worker, starting helping people,
Building businesses.
Building organizations, bringing relationships, the business world, the political world. You got everybody to get and to help this organization. You build it. There was a lot of people, a lot of employees, a lot of people were touched, a lot of that impact. Then all of a sudden you realize, okay, women are coming to you. They want to get coached. They
all
want
the time.
And what's funny is because when we walk in malls and we go to the jewelry, like the other day, this girl, you know, in her 30s, she looks at you. She says, "You're inspiring, and I want to be like you one day," because she's inspired. She's managing this jewelry, and she wants to become like you. You inspired her to shift that generational thing, to stop being right here and to go up another level.
Level it up.
And there's a lot of women out there.
It's time to level it up.
And there's a lot of women out there. They're tired of being stuck in this, you know, environment, this prison, that they feel guilty. They're overwhelmed. They need to take control, take their power back, and to build families they always wanted. What was their dream before they started a family? They lost it down the road.
It's never too late. It's never too late, because everything you learn in life is going to serve you for your future.
Correct.
Where you are right now, it's the time to bring the change, the season, to level up, to realize, and to invest in yourself. This is very serious. The best thing you can do in your life is to invest in yourself.
Yeah. Invest in yourself.
And this investment is going to bring back a return that much more than what you can think or believe. This is why more I changed, more I invested in myself and to push myself, I started to have new results and higher results. And if you don't change this thermostat, and you stay in the same place, you will be stuck there. And you don't want to live your life by regret. Yeah. You have, every day is about decision. This is what we teach our kids, eh? Decision, decision, decision. We are... Tous bien comme du monde, je vais recommencer ma phrase. OK, je peux continuer? All right. We teach our kids to take decision because we are the result. Today, it's the result of my decision, past decisions.
Yep.
And today I can change the level of my decision. You know, it's your one decision change for your life to just take a
or
new
a disaster.
decision. Yeah, good or bad. Good or bad. Don't follow the feelings sometime.
Yeah,
you know, this
correct.
is what we have to realize. And this is a good show today. This 8, keys. How to stop the bad cycle from generation about lacking money and change that, and stop to wait after other people to fix their problem. You are choosing to change that. You are choosing to change the story of your bloodline and to change this pattern from generation to generation. And if you're a woman and say, I want to show something different in my kids, boy or girl, then a woman can just fulfill ourselves, succeed financially,
Mm-hmm.
and that's worthy, that's okay. This is good.
Yep.
And to embrace that, you're choosing to change that, and it's time for this change now.
Go out there and have an impact, and that's the best thing you can do. Be a good influence, impact on your family, on your nation, on your church, on your organization, on your surrounding and sports, wherever you're at. Just put a foot, become that leader that you're supposed to be.
Everybody, we are here with an assignment.
Yep.
We are here to fix a problem. Everybody is here to fix a problem.
That's all. That's all.
And if you realize that and you take value of what you're created for and you focus on that, you will see the change. But take this decision now.
Yes, absolutely. It was a great show.
It was blessed to be with you today. Stay with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have podcasts every week, almost every day. Then subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. And if you want more about our challenges, workshop, summit we have, just put the comments, and we have challenges, workshop every month.
We'll send you the information.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for being there, Martine, and being an inspiration for women of today and 2024.
Good. Thank you, babe.
Bye.
Bye.